Hello, community, all AmalgamAsh enjoyers of every walk of life, every style, every video clicker. Thank you very much for following. This is something that I've probably been kind of touching on for the last several weeks, if not a few months back, just here and there in different random videos at different points of time. It's something that kind of weighs on the back of my mind, and it's not anything that's super serious. But I always go back and look at my content, and I'll arrange stuff by view count. And it's been a while since I've done that, but it comes to me as no surprise that the highest rated video on this channel since June 2nd, 2020, and really any time before that, is MV3D/MZ3D turns your rpgmaker MV games into 3D. Future overview of my favorite plugin ever. This video has over 70,000 views, and no video even comes close. No 5 videos put together come close. So I'm just kind of wondering. Now, I think when I hit my 1,000 subscribers, I can't remember if it was my 1,000 or my 2,000 that I did my Commander of the Guardian Knights giveaway, and I began to experiment with board games and make what I was calling the amalgamation, which all in all, truth be told, and I realized it even back then, it was really an algorithm killer. It was something that was like, I do what I want because I want to do it. And I don't really want that to change, but I am at a point where I'm ready to make a few changes in order to change the channel into something that hits the target a little bit better. Because if I think about it this way, there's folks out there who need this kind of content, who would like to have this kind of content specifically, and it's not getting to them. And it's not getting to them because I'm not allowing it to. I'm not allowing YouTube to do its job with the algorithm. I'm not allowing YouTube to get a firm enough hold on how to deliver my content to people who might enjoy it better. And I know that this has to be the case because this video has 70,000 views. And the second place video here is 15,000, and it's a HeroQuest video, so it's a completely different topic. The next video game related one, the next 3 are HeroQuest, is should you use MV3D in 2022, and it has 11,000 views. So honestly, it's a bit off. If we go to the next one, it's a content tool review video, the Surf on USB podcast microphone, then HeroQuest, then my welcome video, which everybody sees whenever they visit the page. So its high view count is not really a surprise. Plus, whenever I paid for promotional advertisements, the landing page was always my main page. So anybody who clicked on any of the promos would have come and they would have seen the beginning of that video. Then, why HeroQuest is so terrible. Then Stella Character Generator. After that review of that program, my favorite game, Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time, that has a remarkable amount of views, even though it was published about a year ago now. 7,588 as of the time of recording this video. I guess what my point is, though, is that having taken the HeroQuest content already and having separated it out and being more or less completely done with all of the content creator tool review type videos. I mean, I've done a ton of those. I've covered every new thing that came out at Walmart. Now they're just rehashing stuff, rebranding it. It's the same stuff over and over again. And I mean, if I did want to come back and review a new tool or something, like I did this 5-fine arm here recently, and it didn't feel bad. It didn't feel unnatural or out of place. It felt like I was doing something good, even if it didn't get many views or whatever. I'm just kind of wondering if the channel should really make a hard turn back to the roots when this is the highest rated video. And I mean, I remember year 1, it got 30,000 of those views. So they've been slowing down, but they're still coming in. When this is the highest rated one, do you make more MV3D content even this late in the channel's life? And I say late, I mean, it's only 3.5 years later, which is kind of an eternity in YouTube time. Or do we say, start over with a new channel and do that? I don't know. I think it was when I was celebrating my 1,000 subscribers. It might have been 2,000, but I think it was when I was celebrating my 1,000 subscribers that I started my Commander of the Guardian Knights giveaway. And I think that was really when the channel started to attract the HeroQuest crowd. And when I started to branch out and do board game stuff and doing the algorithm killer by taking on other subjects, other topics, and just saying I do what I want when I want, that my channel really started to grow. And so I think that one of the reasons that I have such a high subscriber count, which is at the time of this video 4,109, and such a low view count, is because I have a lot of folks who subscribe to support. And that's fine. I don't mind that at all. There's still people who, you know, if there's a video that they might like that I've made, it'll show up in their feed and they may be inclined to click on it. So that doesn't hurt anything for sure. Although it might also be harmful if they watch vastly different things than what all of the other people who do actively watch my videos watch, because it might confuse the algorithm even more. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't. I'm sure the answer's out there. I'm sure the answer is like right in front of my face. It might even be right over here in one of these links that tell me about how to use Creator Studio and things like that. But I think if I'm looking at my channel analytics, let's go to the top content in this period. Yeah, if I just completely ignore the HeroQuest stuff, top content is still MV3D. It got 546 views. Then, should you use MV3D in 2022? And that's what, 28 days? Yeah, that's over the last 28 days. Then, Floral Disaffect, which is the last game that I decided to play, submitted to my most recent jam. And this is where the catalyst of this video. This is the second video that I've made just based on the existence of Floral Disaffect, other than the Floral Disaffect gameplay videos. You can tell folks are inclined to watch this sort of thing. And although I have stuff like the Advanced Armory and everything HeroQuest and beyond, this is no longer the HeroQuest channel. All that's over there in AshQuest, which has a much closer viewer to sub count ratio. It still baffles me that I have, 1,900 subs over there this early, but it also baffles me on the flip side that I have 1,900 subs, yet some videos get 3,000 views. Like, subscribe, people, subscribe. So I'm wondering if this channel should kind of return to its roots. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do with RPG developer bucking. There's a lot of stuff yet that I want to do with RPG in a box. I don't want to abandon those whatsoever, but I think it's time to get realistic and say there's a number of engines that I'm not going to be able to cover. Engines that I list at the beginning of the channel, engines that I kind of set up an expectation and then never deliver on. And I think it's okay to change the channel tone and abandon a lot of those. So I'm still not interested in the slightest in doing just like regular RPG Maker stuff. RPG Maker with MV3D is the bare minimum of me getting my toes into RPG Maker. But tutorials, devlogs, things like that, I'd be happy to do. I know that my bocking devlogs did okay, and those games that the devlogs are based on are going to continue to be developed and made regardless of whether the devlogs are popular or not. I'm not making the game so that it has good views on the channel while I'm making it. I'm making it because I want the game to succeed. But I just wonder. I think it's time to go through and cull a bunch of the engines that I formerly wanted to support and just narrow things down quite a bit and just kind of stick with a really small handful of engines and say, that's it. No more unless there's something new that comes out that I get interested in. I don't even have a lot of content on Pixel Game Maker MV, and that engine really, really excited me when I first got it. When I made my first little Metroidvania, just using the demo files, and I was able to manipulate every frame of the character's movement and all the character sprites, I loved how that felt. It was awesome, but I don't think that I have the time or ability to really get in and dig into PGMMV. And I don't think that I can replace the talent that's already done so before me. That kind of goes against my whole philosophy. There's a different learning style for everybody out there. There's a different teaching style. Some of us are going to make videos that aren't better or worse than other people's videos, but they will reach different audiences. And that's why we got to continue to make videos, even if they do seem redundant. So I guess I might actually backtrack and say I could do content that could reach more people as far as tutorials on PGMMV or pretty much anything basically. But I think that that community already has really strong support on that end. So do I feel like I need to do that? And I really don't. I know that I'm going to drop SRPG Studio. I'm not interested in using it. I'm not interested in playing games made in it. I don't need to play anything that's like Fire Emblem. But I really just wanted to make a video like this and talk about the direction of the channel again. And I wanted to kind of highlight MV3D because there's folks out there that watch these videos And I don't know if they watch them because of MV3D, but it would be nice to know if that would be helpful to have more MV3D videos. Oh, and Smile Game Builder and Bakin aren't going anywhere on the channel. They're going to continue to be mainstays on the channel. I am one day, I promise, going to get back to my Bakin tutorial series. I'm really, I would say, behind in my grand plans on what I'm going to do with that series, but the longer I waited, the more that course needed to alter because of updates made to the engine fundamentally. So as soon as I got to a certain point where that had altered so much, I'm like, I'll wait and I'll let that continue to alter until the main big changes are done. And that's not done yet, so I will continue to wait. But I definitely want to go through and continue to make tutorials because those folks who have learned anything from me about RPG developer Bakin, giving me those kind, encouraging, and supporting words, saying that I really helped them out, I am so appreciative of that feedback. I really, really love that I've been able to help anybody out with the engine. There's a lot of talent out there also using this medium to give people tutorials and to show people how things work. And they're doing a show don't tell approach that really demonstrates how to get things done in the engine. Known figures in the Bakin community, Dale, Melon, Hagons, Fighting Shroom, Oxenford, all those kind folks are doing awesome tutorials. So I feel like all of that realm is in a really good set of hands, regardless of what I'm doing. But I am going to continue at some point. And that day might not be too far away because I am finally getting to pretty much the end of all of the, well, I got this game on my list and I got this game on my list and I have these other things that I want to try out, these other things. And then while that list wasn't ever very big to begin with, stuff kept coming out that I needed to cover quickly because it had just come out. I wanted to strike while the iron was hot, like the Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, port remake. That's something that interrupted me. I'm like, I gotta play that. And not just because, you know, it's coming out now, but because I love that. I love Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I love this game. Of course I'm gonna play this. And of course I'm gonna record myself playing it because I love this game and I want you to see how much I love it. And of course I'm going to continue to review tools like Azakaela's Beat Magic, because I think it's wonderful that there are tools out there that can allow devs to get their toes into something that's could be to them infinitely more complex than what it actually is. And this tool is a great way to get introduced to the world of DAWs. I have to log in to YouTube and see this stupid comment every single time I get in here now. Nah, man, just buy a damn DAW and use samples if you don't know what you're doing. This is silly. This is just a glorified sample pack / construction kit with an arranger included. It does exactly what it says it does, you wet paper towel, and it's constantly in development. You just judged something that is basically the equivalent to super early access, doing nothing to better the program or offer any actual useful advice. I have to continue seeing that until I get some comments up here in the latest comments that replace it and send that down off my screen. Every time I see it, I guess I've addressed it now. I guess I've addressed it. You wet stick, just buy a damn DAW. Just spend $200 on a DAW. Oh, I'm sorry. Just commit to a subscription on a DAW and spend 40 to $60 a month or whatever the stupid things cost these. I have DAWs. I wouldn't have made the video if I didn't have experience using digital audio workstations. And I made the video in spite of that experience because I believe in tools like this, because I believe there are steps to getting to the DAW. If you don't know how to use the DAW, or if you are overwhelmed by all of the tools and options in the DAW, it's the same with any other software tool. I think that's the angriest I've gotten on camera. I apologize. I'm going to blame it on my sickness. I'm going to blame it on the sickness. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to kind of rant and ramble. I still feel way under the weather, but I feel good enough to be looking at all this. And actually, the more I talk, the less I have to clear my throat. So having to ramble all through my channel analytics and kind of show you guys what goes on behind these eyes of mine all the time whenever I'm doing stuff for AmalgamAsh. Just wanted it to make sense. And I mean, I know there's no reason to justify anything. I could do 18 tutorial videos on MV3D tomorrow and I shouldn't have to explain anything, but I want to get people talking and involved. I want feedback. But yeah, all tutorials on everything, just more and more tutorials. And well, maybe at some point we will just branch off again. I'll have another channel. All of the video game tutorial stuff will go over there. Gameplay can go in one place. Board game stuff's over on AshQuest. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all works out. I want to be friends with the algorithm. I've avoided eye contact with it on the subway every day. I've had ample opportunity to make conversation, initiate a relationship, but me and the algorithm have never really chatted. We've never really talked. And now I'm wondering if it's just too late. If it's too late. Anyway, guys, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching, as always, and for being a great supporter of the channel. I really appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next episode. Until then, have a great rest of your day, and bye for now. Don't forget to check out the Patreon. I've got some cool rewards in the Patreon that directly correlate to the videos and the names and the credits and access to cool stuff and Discord titles and stuff like that. And just do it. Yay. Thanks.